Hello everyone, Argsy here. Today we're taking a look at a new mod that I have coming out very soon for Farming Simulator 25. This is the New Zealand Pole Shed Pack. We'll take a quick look at the different options. This won't be very long because there's not a huge amount to look at, but I thought I'd put together a little video so you can keep your eye out for these when they release on Modhub. They have been through first lot of testing. There's a couple of little things they failed on. They've been sent back to Giants, and hopefully if their testing list is or their testing times are to go by, we should hopefully see them go through testing again in the next few days. The planned release is for both PC and console. So let's dive in and take a look at the options. Now there is 3 different sheds, a 3-bay, a 4-bay and a 5-bay pole shed. The 3-bay, which you can see here behind me, this is 12 meters wide by 6 meters deep. So they are 3 4-meter wide bays. The 4-bay is 20 meters wide by 7 meters deep, so 4 5-meter bays. And the 5-bay is 30 meters wide by 8 meters deep, so 6 bays wide. They range in price from $20,000 for the 3-bay, $40,000 for the 4-bay, and $60,000 for the 5-bay. And well, we'll turn around and have a look, because there's the 4-bay. You can see not only is it slightly wider and deeper, it is also a little bit higher. And then if we come around this way as well, there is the 5-bay shed. So once again, higher, wider, deeper. So as you can see, the sizes vary depending on which one you want to use. Decent size too. You can fit a combine or some bigger equipment in the larger one. Obviously the smaller one there for some smaller equipment, and the middle one for the middle size equipment. So that's kind of just looking at them. There's not too much else to show you, but we will just put a couple of down because there are some customization options on them. So where we find them, obviously they are under sheds. I've got them down here at the bottom because it's the only shed mod I have installed. The 20,000, 40,000, and 60,000 for the 3 different sizes. Just going to bring, might as well bring the 4-bay up here. So we've got that there. If we press F on our keyboard or whatever your appropriate menu button is, you can come up here and without moving, we've got our configurations. So just the basic standard list of colors, standard Giants colors there that you can select from. Let's just go for this blue color. And as you can see, it changes the cladding on the outside, changes the trim around the flashings, but the inside remains basically a zinc aluminum color, galvanized color, which is kind of typical of what we'd have here in New Zealand. If you're going to put color, it normally only ends up on one side of the roofing iron, and that is pretty much all there is for it. You can see when we go through and place this one, there is a level area out the front. It does landscape and paint that as well, so just bear that in mind when you are putting them down. So that's the sheds. Now if we just, while we're in here, I'm going to go across to silos because I have pre-configured these as anywhere object storage or with object storage in them. So once again, we've got the 3-bay option here, which will hold 75 items of bales, pallets, or whatever it is. So it's a 5 gram more. And if we just come over and put this one down here, you can see that the area, we'll run over there and have a very quick look. The area is identified by the straw on the ground. Then we've got our various triggers and everything like that. So dumping point here, spawn point is a little bit further out. And there is our interact point. So obviously it's empty, we can't see anything in there, but there you go, you can see exactly where the bales are going to stack here in this one. Again, exactly the same here with the bigger one, that's the 4-bay, and then the 5-bay as well. So basically, I'm going to figure out where I can put this so you can have a quick look at it. Basically, as you can see, the 2 bays of storage, 3 bays open, 2 bays of storage, 2 bays open, and 2 bays of storage, and 1 bay left open if that's what you want to do. And once again, 75 pieces here for the 3-bay shed, 100 pieces here for the 4-bay shed, and 125 pieces for the 5-bay shed. Now, I have actually been very careful, so I'm just going to spawn some bales in. So I've actually set them up so that I've actually got 2 storage areas. So for realism, you're not actually going to have bales stacked behind the poles. So let's just grab some bales out and I'll show you how that's going to work. So there you go. As you can see, depending on what bales you put in there, they are going to stack depending on their size in position. So if you're round bales, you'll probably find you might get 3 round bales across there, but with the square bale and the round bale, it doesn't actually stack them equally. So just bear that in mind. It doesn't change the capacity. As you can see, we've got 41 bales in there. It doesn't change the capacity of what you can put in there. We've just got a little one down here. Let's just see if we can pick that up, bring that over and put that in the trigger. and it's going to reconfigure the storage. Now you can actually go in here, as I have with object storage. You can see that little bale there, but as I have with my object storage mod, if you don't have anything stored in there, you can still use the sheds as storage, so they're not just wasted as a bale storage if you don't have any bales to put in them. So there we go, that was short and sweet, not a huge amount to show off here. They are styled and designed and based on a New Zealand pole shed, so try to keep pretty authentic to our part of the world and give farm sim players of New Zealand and Australia some sort of local flavour to it, I guess would be the best way to describe it. They're also going to be an integral part of my map, Winchester, when that is going to come out, so keep an eye out for those being part of this. But before we go any further, there's a couple of other things I did want to share with you. So just as a little bit of a sneak peek, I have converted my fertiliser pack I released in FS22 across to FS25. This would be PC only because it does have brands, but you can see that we've got Balance and Ravensdown fertiliser brands, two New Zealand fertiliser companies, and we've got the big bags here, which are 1,000 litres for $1,800, and we've got slightly smaller, and I've tweaked these slightly, 840 litres and $1,500. The reason they're 840 litres, there's 7 pallets and 2, 4, 5, 6, other way around, 6 bags and 7 layers, which is 442 bags, and they're 20 kilos each. So you do the math, it's 840 kilos, or I've gone for 840 litres, so slightly smaller, but the price reflects the difference there for those. So keep an eye out for those. I'm undecided yet on how I'm going to release those, whether I'll submit them to Modhub as I did for FS22, or whether they might be released through my itch page. So keep an eye out for that on Facebook, on YouTube, and I will let you know. So there we go, New Zealand Pole Shed Pack coming very soon to a Giants Modhub. Fingers crossed for all platforms, PC and console. That is my intention, that is my aim, and wherever possible, any mods I make, I do want to have them as cross-platform and available to everyone. Obviously, things like the fertiliser pack with the branding might not be quite so fortunate, quite so possible. But yeah, there we go, New Zealand Pole Shed Pack. Keep an eye out for it in the Modhub. Keep an eye out on my socials for announcement when it is released. Otherwise, I'm sure you'll see it there on Modhub. Give it a download, give it a rating. 5 stars would be fantastic. Keep on my trend of having some highly rated mods on Modhub. Be fantastic to see some more New Zealand things available there. So, as always, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed that short little preview here of the New Zealand Pole Shed Pack, and I'll catch you in the next one.